Race is a topic that anyone can talk about, and at length. It's all over the place, whether it's positive, negative, or apathetic, which is basically the same as negative. Race is a very touchy, very serious, and sometimes, if done correctly, comical subject. In this light, it's not comical, it's not fun, it's not a debate. Everyone wants to do a debate about race. There's no debate. I mean, either you're racist or you're not. If you're apathetic, you're a racist. If you are a Trump supporter, you were racist long before Trump's, deplorable comment. You've been a racist probably your whole life. And if you have black friends, that doesn't make you not racist. It just makes you a racist that happen to have black people that are around you. Having a friend, that's hard. Having a friend of the same race, that's hard. A friend of the opposite race, that's hard. It's all equally hard. A friend is very hard to come by. Friends are, it's hard to define the true meaning of a friend, although in basic terms, it's somebody who is decent, not dependable, but in a clutch moment you can depend on, not to bail you out, but just to be there for you, a shoulder to lean on, something like that. In this country, we don't have friends, not like that so much when it comes to our politicians. We can't lean on them. And you find out that our neighboring countries, north and south of us, Canada and Mexico, they cannot, rely on us either. They can't call us a friend. And abroad, Africa, the whole continent, which could swallow the United States 2 3/4 times, maybe 3 times. They damn sure not going to call us friend. I don't know why they call us friend in the first place. It's not like the United States have done anything grand for them other than change dictators and rulers so that we could do anything with deregulation and, take what we want from there and then yet insult them. Seems to be the thing that the United States does. Well, let's get down into this. I'm going to talk about Trump's comments. Well, look, and quoting him, when it comes to talking about people from, brown and black countries, he had to ask, why are we having all these people from shithole countries come here? And you know what? That's a good question. I mean, logically speaking, why are we having them come here? Well, see, the truth is we're not. We're not having anyone come here. It's not like we send out some damn memo and say, hey, come here. Come here and we'll pay you. Come here and we'll be nice to you. No, we're not having anyone come here. They are coming here of their own accord. They're trying to escape their bad situation and come to what they believe is a better one. And it's not. They're going to leave a country that does not like them, does not represent them, does not support them, and flee to a country that hates them, looks down on them, use them as slave labor. That's what would happen. Now, Trump went on to, allegedly, Trump cited as all Haitians having AIDS. Now, in the, I'd say about 78, 79, through the 1980s and through the, I would say up to about mid-90s, that was the propaganda about Haitians. The Haitians were just AIDS-ridden. You just go to Haiti and just get AIDS. You walk in to the airport, you fly out, you get off, and you get AIDS. You just got it. I mean, like, people here, even the news had said that. I remember back in in 88 when I was listening to NBC before going to school, and they said that it's possible that airborne AIDS could come from Haiti. It's like, oh shit, I didn't really have a grip on what AIDS was or anything like that. I just, okay. Then you learn, AIDS was developed by white people in Africa. And then they say, okay, well, actually it came from a monkey. There's still the debate about that. Despite what information you find on Wiki, what information you find anywhere, and those who did or were involved with it, they could say anything they want, but there will still be a debate because we just love to debate and not come to any conclusion. We just love to do that. And then, to add to all this, Trump says if they, speaking about Nigerians, if they come here, they'll never go back to their huts in Africa. Oh, well, damn. That's amazing. I'm thinking, fuck you, man. That was the first thing I thought about. Now I'm gonna say this. What would make him think that they're living in huts? Who would make them think that? Maybe he was just being insulting, you know? I mean, Pocahontas and Crooked Hillary and whatever else he can come up with that's basically 3rd to 5th grade, you know, just whatever he can come up with. Now let's compare that with something. Cause see, I'm gonna take notice of this. Help you take notice. No one's done anything. Has any sponsors left Trump? Has any political circles abandoned Trump? Has any of his base abandoned him? No, because it's not necessarily what they want. It's just who they are. That's the problem. I mean, if Trump wasn't racist, he wouldn't have said those things. If Trump wasn't racist, he wouldn't have got as many votes as he got. More than half this country is racist. More than half this country are white racists. And you'll find your racists in every ethnic group. You're going to find them. And they have their reasons. See, they have to have reasons. So far, when it comes to Trump and those old ass constituents and old ass partners of his and old ass cabinet that he got, they all old. They're all 70 up. I mean, seriously, all of these people were around and were brought up when the kitchen table conversations were black people and weed is a bad combination. Black people need drugs because they're prone to it. Black people are always spreading violence and hate. They're always rioting. Black people can't take a joke. Black people are poorly educated and they're going to take your women from you. They're going to rape your daughters. They're going to kill your sons. That is the rhetoric that these people grew up around. They took it to heart and soul. They were given money, power, and with that comes fame. And I would like to say responsibility, but they were taught an irresponsibility. All of these old ass, racist, bigoted, xenophobic, repugnant people are in office, in power, running the country, and the only people that's going to take it from them are their descendants. They're equally diseased-minded descendants. Now, everyone should have been up in arms, ticked off, and offended by everything Trump said. Those who are not, the whites who are not racist and are not apathetic, they had something to say. They're angry. They're pissed off. Rightfully so, because he is a blight on everything that they want to achieve. That's the thing. They just want to just be around people in general and live their damn life. But now these white people who are not apathetic, who are not racist, when they walk around and they see a black person or a person of Latin descent or even Asian descent, they will glance at them and just a piece of them just may think, what do they think of me? And it's not going to be good. You're finally teaching some apathy, and it's going to be negative because now they're scared. What do they think of me? Can I go into the same place with them and them not be angry with me? They might think that. Some might not even care. Most might not even give a damn. Who knows? But the chance, the possibility of having to be around someone and wondering if they hate you, that's kind of new to white America, because normally it's the other way around. Now, you wonder, how did the black community respond? How did they feel when they heard it? You know what they did? This is how they responded. Okay. They didn't care. You know, yeah, that's Trump. Well, it's to be expected. That's what they see. That's how they felt. They're like, oh, y'all didn't know he was racist? What kind of dumbasses are y'all? Y'all didn't know Trump? You didn't know your president was a racist bastard? What hole y'all been living in? That's how black people are responding. They knew Trump was racist before they even heard of Trump. How? Because it's to be expected. It is to be expected for white people to look down at minorities, whether they're black, Asian, Hispanic, or whatnot. It is expected because that's all that's ever happened. No matter how hard black people try, no matter how hard Mexicans or Asians or whatnot try to be decent, mindful, understanding, and accepting and tolerant citizens of the United States of America or even abroad, white people in general cannot stop hating, cannot accept. And then they allow the tokens on, the token black people, the token Hispanic, the token Asian. And then the racist white people, what do they do around their dinner table? They say, the TV's flooded with them. See, there's that one black dude in that TV show cast with all those other white people. Why do black people say they don't have anything? Look at that one is right there. Look at the news channels. You got those 3 white anchors and that one Asian guy talking. Well, you got a black weather reporter. So what racism are you talking about? There's no racism because we had a black president. And let's jump on that. Let's go in the reverse. Let's go with something that's not nearly as bad as what Trump did, but was seen as far more vile than just killing babies in a swampland just because they happen to not have enough hair on their head. Now, Obama, his reverend, when he was with his church, okay, the reverend was mocking Hillary Clinton and how she was frustrated with Obama gaining in numbers and popularity and mocked her saying, I'm white, I'm entitled, when it came to her retorts about possibly losing to Obama. Now, to aid in his win, Obama publicly left the church with his family and turned his back on the reverend following. Okay? He followed that reverend for a while. He was part of that church for a long time and he left it because of the media backlash, because he knew what would happen. So he had to say, I don't support that kind of language. I don't support, you know what? You'd be a damn fool to think that he didn't grow up hearing that. Yeah, black people hear that shit around their dinner table too. The racism around black people dinner table. I'm being fair. I ain't here to blow smoke up your ass. I'm not here to get you nodding and stuff like that. I'm here to tell you the truth, or at least the truth from my perspective. And if my perspective is wrong, then you in the comment section, let me know where and how and why it's wrong. And I will definitely think about it. I might make a video responding to it. I just might respond in the comment section. But fair is fair, right is right. That's how I see it. So black people around the dinner table, oh yeah, they talk their shit too. It's like, yeah, well, we barely got any food, but that's okay. They got their 401k and they made millions. Hey, what hedge fund are they going to do? They're probably angry about the neighbor having a better lawn than them or some shit like that. There's all kinds of talk. All kinds of talk. Now, what's the next thing that Obama did? This was the worst thing Obama had done. This was the most vile, evil, destructive thing Obama did during his presidency that white people lost their mind on. When Trayvon Martin was murdered, Obama said, if I had a son, he would look like Trayvon. See, there was a firestorm against Obama from the right-wing supporters, citing him as a racist, xenophobic, and attempting to galvanize minorities against the government. I mean, come on. Obama apologized. Obama apologized for his actions and said nothing further about Trayvon and everyone else that was murdered in his wake. Lots of black people, non-black people, were killed by cops after Trayvon. They were unarmed. Some were running away. Some were laying down asleep. They were killed by cops. Obama had nothing to say except get our condolences. It's a time of grieving and mourning. And I'm sorry this happened and we have to do better. That's pretty much it. Standard bullshit. Obama caught hell for that. But he didn't catch hell opposite of that. See, just as much as everyone should have been angry about Obama and all of that stuff going on, the racists, where was the black people? Where were the black people saying, dude, why are you apologizing for speaking a possible truth? If you had a son, he just might look like Trayvon. Why are you not suing or fining or something these departments who are killing these unarmed black people, these unarmed white people, these unarmed Latinos, these unarmed Latinas? Well, why didn't they? That's a great question. And now that Trump has come out and said all this mess, you know what's in his face? Everybody. Everybody's in his face. And what they're doing is they're saying, hey, you're an evil fucking piece of shit. And those who are not racist, they're leaving him. I mean, like literally, not leaving. They was never with him. What I mean is they have literally given up any hope, any modicum of hope that there might be something salvageable in his dumb old ass brain. That's what they're doing. And they're probably spreading the word to their little friends that they know are racist or apathetic to racism. They're like, are you really, really still with this shit? Because that's a great question. And you know what? These racists, whether they're in power, office, or just supporting it, you know what they do? They cover it up best they can. It's not about race. It's about class. It's about class. I'm like, well, class? Think about that logically. What class? They ain't in our country. They got their own demographic, their own social hierarchy, their own political hierarchy. They got nothing to do with us. How is it about class? If you want it about class, okay then, where's Trump's class? If he had any class, he wouldn't have these thoughts. If he had any class, he sure as hell wouldn't be thinking that mess about anyone that hasn't done anything wrong to him. Now, I can see if some African had came over here, got to the White House, got to him, stood in front of him, slapped him in front of everybody, and was like, what are you going to do about it? And then said, I'm going to go find your daughter. I'm going to wear her ass out on the lawn, get her pregnant, and leave. Now, if he'd done all that, and then Trump is like, man, fuck that shithole country, I would be like, I am on his side. Because that's yeah, that's a lot to go through. But that's not what happened. So where was Trump's class? People want to talk about class. Look, when people of any tribe, because that's really all we got tribes. You know, when people of any tribe say anything racist, they push the narrative that is not about race, but class. Then commentary hosts go on tangents trying to argue against the claim and smarten people up to the truth. They want their viewers to know that it's not about classism, or at least not all about classism. The truth is, they've been taken on a ride and argue against the wrong thing. They need to express that racists who claim their rhetoric was about class are covering up their racism by catering to the stupidity. Let me repeat, catering to the stupidity of loyal listeners. In addition, they're sending the message for their loyalists to use the same argument when defending racism. You see, that's what they're doing. They're making sure that when they put that out there, it's about class. It's not necessarily as them defending themselves as much as defending themselves and then letting everyone else know this is how you speak. You let everyone know who says you're a racist and you say, no, it's not about race, it's about class. And they can say it. And the thing is, it's insulting. It's highly insulting. They know it because they'll talk about, it's not about racism, man. It's about class. It's classism. You know, they're lower in the financial brackets or something. And they'd smirk and look at you. And see, that's the thing. That's one of those times when violence should be okay, because they want to look at you and be a troll. You should be able to knock them the fuck out. And everyone should applaud it. And the police say, you know what? You did nothing wrong. Carry on. Because the problem is we defend racism as much as we claim to hate it. That's a really sick problem in this country. They say, we're not quick-witted, but we are definitely overly defensive. Because we'll tell you, look, you want to say some more, racist mess and stuff. Look, we don't care about you. We don't like you. You're wrong. And then they'll come out and say some more racist mess, and then you can't do nothing about it. You just got to eat that. You got to take it. You got to take that with you. They'll say, well, it's protected. It's protected by the amendment. You can't, you got the First Amendment. You got every amendment. And I'm like, I get it. I get the Fifth Amendment. Basically, you don't have to say anything because you don't have to incriminate yourself. But why can't the Fifth Amendment mean just shut the fuck up? Just don't say anything racist at all. Why can't racism, the practice of it, the exploitation of their own racism against others, why can't that be against the law? That's my question. Why can't we imprison people for being racist? Get everyone in prison for drugs out. Put all the racists in prison. Why can't we do that? That would be awesome. Why in the hell is no one, I don't answer my own question. I'm about to say, why is no one really saying we got to get Trump out of office? I mean, do you really want Trump after this representing the United States? Because that's what he's doing. And quite honestly, that's how it goes, isn't it? I mean, when you think about it, who in the hell is going to be president that's not going to be racist? Obama didn't even like the black side of him. He's like, man, he black. We got a black president. No, I'm biracial. Motherfucker, you black. Deal with it. You're so black, you got a black wife. If you was a wealthy NBA player, you have a white wife. And somebody said, that's racist. You know what? No, it ain't. It's the damn truth. It's the damn truth. There's a reason for all that too. But I get on that on something later if y'all interested. Anyone out there listening, like, why do NBA players and whatnot, why do rich black people or black people in general start getting a white wife or an Asian wife? There's a reason. Now, I hope that everyone listening, I hope anyone in this country uses this to separate themselves from their apathetic or overtly racist friends. Separate, because there's no need to have them. They are meaningless. All they do is help harm any and everyone. And find a way to vote out every single one of these geriatric, bigoted fuck shit in the White House and thereof. Vote them out. Get them out. Just as Democrats, get them in. Go look up brand new Congress. Look, if Bernie supports him, get it. Get it. Vote for it. And you know what? If there's somebody that is running and it's not who you want, don't vote. Don't vote. Don't. It's your right. It's your right to not vote. You don't vote because someone that you want isn't there. I mean, damn. That's like going to the dealership, a car dealership, and there are no cars in the lot. You got to buy something, right? See how dumb that is? It's like, look, how about if I buy that sign over there? I got to leave with something. If I leave with nothing, they're gonna think that I didn't buy something. So give me the car sign. It's got a car on it. I can put that on this car that's barely running, and they can at least say it's a new sign car. So just think about that. Think about all that when voting. Think about all that. Do you want a racist in there? Do you want someone who doesn't give a damn about the country? Do you want that in the White House? Do you want that saying, I represent, that when they go there, they say, I represent you, that person that voted for me. I represent you. And they represent the ones that didn't vote for them because it's by association. People in Norway that Trump loves so much for some reason, they don't like people in the U.S. A lot of people abroad don't like Americans. They don't want American money. They don't like us. They have all the reasons to not like us. We hate each other. White people hate black people. Black people hate white people. Asians hate everybody. Mexicans hate everybody. And everybody hate them. Who loves? You think Trump gives a shit about them racist people on his side? He don't give a shit about them either. Got to keep that in mind. Trump don't give a shit about anybody. And at the end of the day, regardless of what Trump has said, regardless of what anyone does, the truth is this: the United States of America has become a shithole country. This is Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.